Okay, we're solving absolute value equations, and absolute value is a math operation that transforms a number into a positive number. It doesn't matter if it was positive, it stays positive. It was negative, then it changes into positive. That means the original number inside an absolute value could be either positive or negative. We don't know. That idea allows us to understand what's the main process that we're going to follow to solve absolute value equations. The process that we're going to solve is or the process we're going to follow is we're going to leave first the absolute value expression alone. Then we're going to split that equation into a positive and a negative possibility because the number inside the bars may be positive or may be negative. Then we're going to solve each possibility, and once we solve each possibility, we're going to write the solution set of the exercise. As a special note, if an absolute value turns to be equal to a negative number, then we already know that there is no solution, because there is no way an absolute value is going to give you a negative answer, because absolute value transforms into positive. So that will be an impossible situation, which means no solution. So let's try to put these ideas into practice. So let's solve the first absolute value equation. What do? Well, step one, we leave the absolute value expression alone. So this plus 3, I need to pass it to subtract on the other side. That means I'm going to have 7 minus 3. Absolute value of x equals 7 minus 3, 4. Then, now that I have the absolute value alone, what I'm going to do is I am going to split it into two possibilities. One that is going to be negative, and one that is going to be positive. Then I solve each one of the possibilities. I don't need to solve anything. I already have the answers in here. So the last step will be to write the solution set. I know that solution set in this case will be equal to minus 4, which is one of the answers, and 4, which is the other answer. And that's it. That's how we solve absolute value equations. Let's do another exercise. Okay. In this case, we don't need to leave the absolute value alone because it's already alone. All I need to do is split. Okay. Once you have the absolute value alone, you split the equation into two possibilities. One with negative 5, okay, and the other one with positive 5. So this thing is going to be written as negative x plus 1 equals minus 5, or negative x plus 1 equals 5. Either negative or positive. The other things, you just copy what's inside. Well, now we need to solve each possibility. In this case, yes, we need to do that, so we're going to solve both of the equations. Minus 5 minus 1 is going to be minus 6. This minus that is with the x is a negative 1, invisible 1, so I'm going to pass it to divide. That means I'm going to put x equals minus 6 divided by minus 1. Minus 6 divided by minus 1 is 6. I'm going to do the same with the other equation. I'm going to pass the plus 1 to subtract. So 5 minus 1 is going to give me 4. And then I'm going to pass the minus to divide. So it's going to be 4 divided by minus 1. That's going to give me x equals minus 4. Now that I have both answers, I need to write the solution set. So the solution set is going to be s dot equals. If I decide to write them in order, it will be minus 4, comma 6. Those are the two answers, minus 4 or 6. It doesn't matter the order on how you write a solution set, but in my case, well, I prefer to write them in order, from the least to the greatest number. Let's do another one. In this case, I need to leave the absolute value alone. This thing inside the bars needs to be alone, so this plus 7, I have to move it to subtract. Yes. So I'm going to have 2x plus 4 absolute value equals 1 minus 7. So absolute value of 2x plus 4 equals 1 minus 7 will be minus 6. Then is when you split, right? But in this case, we're not going to do that. What we're going to put is no solution. No solution. That means the solution set is empty. There is no solution. Now, how do we know that there is no solution? Well, these bars have to transform this thing that is inside into something that is positive. but the exercise is telling me that at the end I get a negative. That makes no sense because the bars should transform into positive. So every time you have an absolute value in here, if you have an absolute value, and then you have an equal and a negative, then that thing has no solution because it is impossible to get a negative from an absolute value. If you check the previous exercises that we did, it was always positive on the right side. So this one is no solution. And that is how we are going to solve that one. Let's do another example. Okay, we have this exercise in here. You might see a negative in this side and you might feel tempted to say, oh, no solution. No. Make sure you leave the absolute value alone first. So let's see. Minus absolute value of x minus 2. This plus 4, I'm going to move it first to subtract, right? So it's going to be minus 3 minus 4. So minus absolute value of x minus 2 equals minus 3 minus 4 will be minus 7. You might be thinking, no solution. Don't worry, there's a minus in here, okay? This is like a minus 1 that we're going to pass to divide. Yes, and the bars, we're just going to copy them. Absolute value of x minus 2 equals. This minus is the one that we're going to pass to divide. So it will be minus 7 divided by minus 1. That will leave us with absolute value of x minus 2 equals 7. Do you see now it's positive? So yes, we can split the exercise now as a negative 7 or a positive 7. Once we do that, we just keep solving each one of the possibilities. We would have this minus 2 to the other side will be minus 7 plus 2. Minus 7 plus 2 gives minus 5. On the other side, we have this minus 2 to the other side will be a plus. So we have 7 plus 2. 7 plus 2 will be 9. Now that we have this, we already found the two solutions for the exercise. We just need to write the solution set. What will be the solution set? Well, solution set equals, inside curly brackets, will be minus 5 and 9. Those are the two x answers. That's how we solve this exercise. So let's do another one. How do we solve this? There's a 5. Well, we're going to do the same thing that we did with the minus. We're going to pass it to divide. But first, we need to get rid of this plus 6. So we're going to put 5 times absolute value of 2x minus 3 equals 10 minus 6. 5 times absolute value of 2x minus 3 equals 10 minus 6 will be 4. Then is when we pass this 5 to divide. So it will be now absolute value of 2x minus 3 equals 4 divided by 5. Okay, 4 divided by 5 will give us an answer of 0.8. Now that we have the number, which is positive, yes, we can split in two options. We can split in 2x minus 3 equals negative 0.8, or 2x minus 3 equals positive 0.8. Those are the two possibilities for the thing inside the absolute value bar. Why negative and why positive? Because the inside could be either negative or positive. After you get the absolute value, you get a positive, yes, but we don't know if originally it was negative or positive. So that's why there are two possibilities. So let's solve each one of the possibilities. 2x equals minus 0.8 plus 3. 2x equals, that will give us an answer of 2.2. If we pass to divide the 2, it will be 2.2 divided by 2, and that will be as an answer 1.1. That will be the first answer of the exercise. Now let's solve the other possibility. 2x equals 0.8 plus 3. 2x equals 3.8. If we pass to divide the 2, it will be x equals 3.8 divided by 2. The answer will be x equals 1.9. So these two will be the answers of the exercise. What we're going to do next is we're going to write the solution set. Solution set will be then, it will be 1.1, 1.9. Those are the two answers of the exercise. That's how we solve this kind of stuff. Let's do another one. This will be the last one. minus 3 times absolute value of x minus 5 plus 1 equals minus 41. So first, we leave the absolute value alone. So we need to pass this 1 to subtract, and we need to pass this minus 3 to divide. We're going to do that first. So minus 3 times x minus 5 inside absolute value equals minus 41 minus 1. Minus 3 times absolute value of x minus 5 equals minus 1 minus 41 is minus 42. Then is when we pass to divide this. So it would be absolute value of x minus 5 equals minus 42 divided by minus 3. Absolute value of x minus 5 will be minus and minus plus. 42 divided by 3 will be 14. Because it's positive, we're fine. We can split it, and we will have two possibilities. X minus 5 is negative 14, or x minus 5 is positive 14, one of the two. So we're going to solve each possibility. We pass the 5 that is subtracting to the other side, adding, so it will be minus 14 plus 5. Minus 14 plus 5 is going to give us minus 9 as the first answer of the exercise. And the other answer of the exercise will be 14 plus 5. 14 plus 5 would give us 19 as an answer. So those will be the two answers of the exercise. We just write solution set equals, inside curly brackets, minus 9 and 19. That is how we solve absolute value equations.